Bro4 Squad podcast, where tonight we are going to roll the dice and give you our review of the latest comedy film, Game Night. As always, I am your host, Jeff Hornacek. Thank you so much for joining us. Alongside me, as always, is my faithful Bastion, who I like to carry around in my arms as I go check the mail, the mad scientist Brian Banner, here to grade this film as we do all of our films on the Bro4 Squad on our 5 criteria: the acting, the story, our favorite scene, any lasting impact, and its rewatchability. So let's get right back into it. Brian, what'd you think of the acting and cast of Game Night?
Overall, I give it a pretty good rating, probably like a B, C plus B. Nobody really stood out as just fucking incredible, but nobody was really terrible, god awful. Jason Bateman was classic Bateman. His chemistry with Rachel McAdams, I thought, was on point. Very, very well done. And all the supporting roles, I thought, everybody did their part. Loved seeing Michael C. Hall come back as the Bulgarian. Thought he was fantastic. It was really good seeing him again after Dexter. He hasn't done a whole lot since then. What did you think about the cast?
Yeah, so for me, if you like Jason Bateman, then this is why you like him. So I was just glad to see him do what he always does, which is bring the heat and just be that classic, dry sense of humor that he's so good at. Rachel McAdams was great. We've talked about how sometimes she's not as engaged in some of her roles. She definitely was having a blast and wanted to be on set, which was great to see. And then how can we not highlight Jesse Plemons as their neighbor Carrie? Absolute scene stealer in this movie, I thought. Only negative that I had, and it wasn't even a really big negative, and this is something that Matt Geiger echoed, was Billy Magnuson, the guy who played Ryan, who was kind of their meathead friend, I think had some of the best lines in this movie, and he wasn't awful, but I think they really could have hit a home run if they would have cast that role a little bit better. But at the end of the day, great ensemble cast for a comedy, in my opinion.
I agree.
All right, story. So here, the thing I love about comedies at least, is when you take something that's very relatable, like that we all do, like a game night, and then you do something hilarious or a nice spin on it that we haven't seen before. So kind of a unique story here. What did you think of what they gave us?
I really enjoyed it. I thought how they got us to the murder mystery and all that was really creative. How it was, hey, we want to have a child, but we can't. It's because of the competitiveness with your brother. He's in town. And they kind of walked us through that kind of quickly, but they got us to where we needed to go. Going into this, I thought it was going to be like hey, we do a game night with these same people every single week, and it's getting boring, so we're going to do something different. So I really liked how they got us to, quote-unquote, the murder mystery, and then the, him being an arms dealer and all that was pretty clever that how they did that. And like you said, coming from, we're all at that age where we all have wives or significant others, and we go to each other's houses and we play board games and card games and stuff on the weekends and Friday nights when we're not going to the movies. Very relatable for a wide range of demographics, anywhere from that mid-20s into your 50s and 60s, going over to friends' houses and hanging out. So very, very clever, and how it was all framed was very well done.
Yeah, I echo everything you said. If you came to me and said, Jeff, we're doing a game night and one of us is going to get murdered, I would be there in a heartbeat. And I'd bring a 6-pack of Stella, and I'd probably bring an assortment of dips as well. So that's why I love this story. All right, your best scene here. I think there's 2 that we both talked about. So just which one do you want to go with? Because I'm going to take the other one.
I'll go with the scene when they stole the egg, and they're passing it back and forth, and it's going through the house. How that was shot and how they framed it and executed that scene was very well done. It almost reminded me of in not in Firefly, in the fuck was the movie from Firefly? Serenity.
Oh, yeah.
That opening scene when you see them go through the whole ship and it's all done in one take and they never break the camera. It reminded me a lot of that. And then obviously the little bit of CGI work that they did in it was very, very well done and getting the egg all the way through. And then ultimately it ending with them breaking the egg and the egg being completely meaningless was funny. It was fun. I just loved everything about it.
Yeah, that scene, the first time I saw it, I was like, this is probably going to be everyone's favorite scene, so I'm going to have to start to get a backup. And my backup is maybe the hardest that I laughed in the entire movie. It is the first scene where Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams come home and they have just gone grocery shopping in preparation for the game night. And excuse me, Jesse Plemons as Gary, their neighbor, is very suspicious that they're hosting an event that he's not invited to since him and his wife have since divorced. And it's just fucking hilarious. Like, they don't want him to know what's going on, but Jason Bateman clearly has more bags of chips than a normal individual would have if they weren't hosting. And again, that's where Jesse Plemons just lets you know, dude, I'm going to be the scene stealer of this movie, so every time I'm on screen, get ready to laugh.
They were on sale, 3 for 1.
How would that be profitable for Frito-Lay? That was probably my favorite line of the movie.
That is definitely going to be a 3 for 1. How is that going to be profitable for whatever is probably going to be one of our most quoted lines moving forward.
Oh yeah, and then at the end when you see that Gary went out of his way to email the grocery store to see if they actually had that sale, it just fucking comes full circle. Yeah. All right, any impact? Obviously, comedy movies aren't like changing the landscape of cinema, but what did you think here?
I mean, we've said it before in previous pods that this is the year of the comedy. And I think that this movie coming out and doing well, doing successful so far is just starting the ship out right. I also think that them at the end blatantly basically saying we're going to make a game night too is kind of ballsy, being that it didn't come out. And I think that this whole concept of game night it was a little risky to put that at the end of the movie, but I think that it worked out. And I'm excited for, we'll say, 2020 Game Night 2 to come out.
Yeah. Once again, damn it, Brian, you took pretty much everything I wanted to say. I mean, these movies, like I said, they don't have massive impacts on the Hollywood landscape or the way that movies are going to be made. But to say that 2018 was the year of the comedy the way we did, this is a good start, and I feel like we're 1 for 1 for comedies this year so far. Last one, rewatchability. This is, as always, probably a movie that's going to be on FX soon. Are you going to rewatch it? Will you buy the DVD, Blu-ray? Are you going to go see it in theaters again?
I probably won't go see it in theaters. Probably won't buy the DVD. I don't generally buy comedy movies. It's just something I don't do. Definitely will watch it on TV. If it ends up on Netflix, definitely going to sit down and watch it again. Hell, I might rent it every once in a while.
Yeah,
it's a great date movie, actually.
It really is.
I took my wife to go see it, and we had some dinner, watched the movie, had some drinks. It's a very good date movie, and I think that it would translate to having a good at-home date movie as well.
For me, more so than rewatchability, the mark of a good comedy is it quotable? And this movie definitely is. I don't have all the lines memorized yet, as Geiger and I usually do after a few viewings. So that's something we're going to have to work on. And when this is on FX, I guarantee you that I'm watching it. I'll watch through a couple commercials, I think, because that's how much I enjoyed it. All right. For Brian Manor, I am Jeff Hornacek. We have been the Bro Force Squad. Thank you guys for checking us out. Be sure to subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, Bro Force Squad. It's 3 words. If you could leave us a 5-star iTunes review, we would really appreciate it. Follow us on Twitter at Bro4Squad and check out everything that we are doing on our website over at bro4squad.com. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you at our next game night. These damn corporations.
Got it right in my bowl.